Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody! This podcast proudly presents to you the zero-time tag team champions of the world, the Road Dogg, JJ Brownlee, the Badass, JB Faulkner, Total Spotfest Live, with the ninth wonder of the world, Nick.
And welcome back to Total Spotfest Live. I am JJ Brownlee. With me by my side is my right or left hand man, however you want to play it, Mr. Jamie Faulkner.
What's up, Marks?
And accompanying us tonight, he's wanted in 7 states for questioning, the ninth wonder of the world, Nick.
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
You chicken fucker.
Wow. Jamie's riled up tonight. Hey, we had a good week of wrestling, AEW NXT wrestling. You got Jamie all fired up. So, plus,
Absolutely.
Weekend's coming up here. Yeah. How you guys doing?
You know, I'm okay other than I got to do NXT, but it's okay because I get AEW next week, and I'm mighty fine with that.
I got plenty of things to say about NXT, and you know, I know where you're coming from here, you know, but we gotta keep it fresh. Nick, how you been, man?
You know, wrestling put me in a really dog shit mood this week. Like, I was actually kind of mad. Like, I'm not going to say I was pissed, because that's a little much. You know, there's no sense in getting pissed about wrestling, but, well, you know, maybe that bled over a little bit into my viewership this week, but, yeah, wrestling had me pretty cranky this week.
Like all of wrestling,
we'll
or just anything?
No, in one very specific area.
Okay, all right. Well, good fun. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Let's just say that my affection was solidified in one area this week, and it was yeah.
Oh, that's Vegas all get up. Holy shit. There better be a payoff to this, Jamie. That's all I'm saying. Because if there's not, we're gonna just rake him through the coals.
Knowing Nick,
God.
Nope.
I was gonna say it's destined to be underwhelming now.
It is a tube sock in your pants moment. Okay, well. Thank you guys for joining us. We do appreciate it. Join the conversation. Follow us on Twitter at Total Spotfest. Also follow us subscribe, like on YouTube. Just go into YouTube and search for Total Spotfest Live. We are going to start this week off. Jamie's going to get us going. He's begrudgingly going to give us NXT for the week. So, Jamie, why don't you take it away?
All right, so NXT overall, I was very pleased with, except for one thing, and we'll get into that when we get there. But overall, it's a really good show. It's very solid. It set some foundation for a few things, and there was a few quirky things that I really liked. But it started off right off the bat with Scarlett Bordeaux doing a vignette of tarot cards, whatever. Tarot cards.
The T is silent.
Yes. Which one?
I like
so it's tarot
cards.
Tarot cards. Okay.
Yeah.
It's tarot from now on.
Tarot. I know.
We're from Missouri. It's tarot.
We're from Missouri. We don't know how to say things right. But anyway, so she's doing her tarot cards, and it was just whatever, talking TikTok, blah, 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 setting up for Karrion Kross versus Santos Escobar. Yeah, whatever. Then it goes right into the first match of the night, and the first match of the night, honestly, was a pretty damn good match.
I thought it was a banger.
Yeah. I think all of them were pretty much bangers all night, except for like 2. So this one was Dexter Lumis versus the NXT North American Champion, Johnny Gargano. It starts out, Dexter Lumis is in the ring with his, piercing stare, whatever, and then the Way comes out. All of the Way comes out. And I think the match was more about the rest of the Way instead of the actual match itself. There was some really good spots back and forth. There was some outside action, and the one thing I really appreciated was Dexter Lumis just doing like the most nonchalant kip up on the outside I've ever seen. He did this, like, he threw Gargano off of him into the barricade and just did a quick kip up, and he was already up, like quick as a hiccup. Like, it was quite impressive for a guy his size. I've never really understood his shtick, just to be honest with you. But
I've got a very clear understanding about his shtick. Dude, I'll break it down in a minute.
Okay, so this must be his thing. So, I've grown to appreciate him, especially after this one, because when he was fighting him, like Austin Theory came up and was going to try to hit him, and they locked eyes, and Austin Theory just kind of stopped. And then my favorite part was Indy Hartwell came over.
Indy Hartwell was glorious in this
and
whole
she looked at him
match.
and like she got lost in his eyes, if you will, and she got all hot and bothered by him. And then they had like some unspoken thing going on, and then they were going on and everything. And I caught this in the background, and I started just laughing my ass off when Indy Hartwell was looking at him, and she looked over at Austin Theory, and she's like, "He's so hot." And then she looked at Candace, and she said, "He's so hot" to Candace, and Candace, like, you can see her go, "Shut up, he's not. Pay attention." It was so damn funny. Then it culminates with Austin Theory going to get a chair to smack Lumis on the head. Once again, Lumis turns around, and they lock eyes, and he can't hit him with it. He just can't, because he's brainwashed by Dexter Lumis or whatever. So lots of little things going on. Basically, at the end, Lumis wins. Lumis hits him with a side slam. I don't know what to really call it. And then he does the code of silence or champion of silence, the code of silence, the silence, whatever it is.
His chokehold,
submission,
whatever. Yeah.
his submission. And then he actually picked up the win on Gargano. So I'm assuming this is gonna set up a feud between those two more long term, instead of like off to the side, like when he was doing the Kushida thing.
Well, they've actually been a feud, because remember that it was what was it? It was Halloween Havoc. They had that match where that wasn't him. That was your other favorite, Cameron Grimes. But before Nick tears us apart, let me just tell you what I loved about this, because I loved everything about this. Lumis, I did not like him at all when he first came in. This whole tortured artist shtick, I was just like, what the hell is this crap? And they since morphed him into just being this just stone cold psychopath, which is I love it. He doesn't say a word. The only time every once in a while he'll get a grunt in the middle of a match. That's the only verbal that ever comes out of him. And Indy Hartwell is I can't stress how much I love the way dynamic, especially Indy and Austin as the children. And when she was going to attack him, he turns around and gives him the same cold stare he gives everybody, and she just also stops and freezes, and then goes like, "Hey, call me," Yeah. And it was great. The continuity, like you talked about, was fantastic too. How they kept it going on that side piece the whole time. I love it without a doubt. I think this is glorious. This is great. I want to see more of this. I'm all on board. I'm fully 180 on Lumis. It's fantastic. One other little thing before Nick tears us to shreds is at the very beginning, before they came out, the way was all backstage, and they're like, all hands in, 1, 2, 3. That's the way. I like it. And here's Austin Theory going, "That's great. Someone should make a song about that." I love it. He's so dumb. He's dumb. She's ditzy. They're the parents. Give me more. Nick, where are you coming at this?
And here we go.
All right, so I got to try to organize my thoughts here because there's so many directions. Let me just begin by saying that this was a week with NXT where it was kind of one of those moments where you realize there's going to be some irreconcilable differences. I don't think NXT and I are going to work out anymore.
I've heard you say that before.
Yeah, I think this was the show. This was the show that really clarified it for me.
That's a personal reference, people. Y'all don't understand, but it's great.
What they're trying to get at, ladies and gentlemen, is that I will be watching NXT religiously from this point forward.
I was talking about Raw. I was saying.
I don't know where you're coming from.
So let me break this down for you. let's talk. Actually, let me go easy first. Let me ease my way into this, okay, before this turns into a melee. So, Johnny Gargano, I can't do it anymore. He is so good. The Way, it's awful. I'm done with it. Joey Gargano got that in the door for me to where I'm like, well, okay, Johnny Gargano's doing it. I'll hang with it. It's terrible. It stinks. It's enough already. Everybody that's involved is great. The gimmick is lame. And when I'm watching it, story-wise, everything, it looks childish to me. It looks dumb. It looks... I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. It's something that you would put in front of a kid. Now, maybe that is the juxtaposition that kind of shocked me into thinking, what the hell am I watching here? Do I need medication? Is it me? Because in contrast with the kiddie goofball The Way, you get rapey serial killer guy. Rapey serial killer. Rapey serial killer.
Just keep
That's
saying
who this
rape,
guy
yeah,
is.
just keep going for it, sure.
Rapey serial killer. The guy that crawls across the ring, dragging his dick from one side to the next, and then pets and then strokes the guy's head after he beats him with gloves on. The guy looks like a serial rapist murderer.
Well, I don't know about the rapist part, but he's supposed to look like a serial killer. That's kind of his thing. He kidnapped Austin Theory. I mean, come on.
This guy is so devoid of any sort of charm or appeal.
Yes.
Everything about this man screams not a good source for entertainment. Well, this guy is repellent in all ways. There is nothing about this guy that is appealing whatsoever. And when you contrast his rapey serial killer vibe with some goofball Saturday morning stuff with The Way, and I got to look at NXT and be like, what the hell is going on with you people? Because this is, it's incoherent. It's insane. It doesn't make sense. And I'm watching it and I'm like, here's ultimately, fellas, this is what it boils down to for me. With this match in particular, and I think what this match did to me kind of tainted the rest of the episode, but this match basically said, this is not entertaining. You've probably got better things to do with your time. That's what this match did for me.
Wow.
I'm not even mad at it from like a wrestling creative standpoint as much as I am. This is bad product.
Wow.
Go eat your meal someplace else because this food sucks.
Okay.
That's what this match did for me.
Wow. Welcome back, Mr. Dick. Okay.
Wow.
I couldn't disagree with you more on that. I mean, before Jamie goes back and moves forward, I just want to say one thing. Okay. Now, everything you said about Dexter Lumis minus the rapey bit, because I don't know where the fuck you come in with that. I mean, I think you're projecting something weird. I don't want to know. But
no. Actually, no. Hold on. Let me interject here real quick because that made me think of something. What you just said there. This guy is, can we all agree that he is completely unlike anything that we've seen before, character-wise?
This is what I'm trying to get at. He's not.
All right, well,
if you would change his clothes and give him a manager, it's a little short guy with an urn, who does he remind you of?
No.
1993.
No.
How?
No.
Tell me how he's not. What? How many words did the Undertaker in '93 when he was first announced, the first year of his life? How many words did he say?
When I see The Undertaker, he reminds me of Frankenstein, Michael Myers, something like this. This guy reminds me of somebody that rapes people in his basement.
So this guy's last name is Loomis, like as in
yes, I know.
Dr. Loomis from the Halloween movies. He's a Michael Myers offshoot.
I get it. It's like
he comes
Hannibal
into
Van Helsing.
like Stranger Things style, like horror music. He's supposed to be that creepy, weird psychopath. That's his shtick.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
You're wrong, but okay.
He's got somebody tied up in some sort of S&M table in his basement.
That's the shtick. That's the thing. He's a psychopath.
The fact that his shtick was born out of someone's mind, I find a little unsettling.
it wasn't Bruce Pritchard because Bruce Pritchard would take credit for that. You know that.
No, he would
Bruce
have.
Pritchard would not have let
I'm
this
telling
get
you,
by.
if you go back and you look at the first 2 years of The Undertaker, you will see the parallels. I am not wrong. Trust me.
No, you are not wrong. Actually, that is a very accurate thing. Same with Kane. Like you have the same style.
Yeah, Kane. You want to talk,
Neither
you
one
want to
of
talk about
those
you talk about
guys.
shit. Kane
Neither
is,
one
Kane
of
is
those
a demon
guys
spawn.
dragged their genitals across the ring
No, Kane,
with a mustache.
No, Kane is
with a creepy chomo mustache.
Kane is just a demon spawn sent from hell to murder people. Like that. Oh, that's kid friendly, right? What the fuck?
It's Frankenstein.
No, Kane is not Frankenstein. Kane was from hell. He came from hell.
Let's put it this way then. I'm
You
comfortable
can't-
with
yeah.
I'm comfortable with Hellspawn. I am not comfortable with child molesting murderers. Let's put it that way.
Vic Venus.
That's very poignant right
Val
now.
Venus.
Val Venus. Yeah, Val Venus. There we go.
He was just a goofy porn star.
A goofy porn star.
He was not a rapey porn star.
I don't know where the
Well.
rapey's coming from. Where is this rapey coming from?
I'm not getting the
How
rapey
do you
vibe.
not see it?
I don't get the rapey
You guys
thing.
don't get that vibe?
No, there's no rapey vibe.
I get the
All right, well,
I get the
look,
serial
look.
killer. I want to wear your skin vibe.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah,
vibe. I
psychopath.
That's
get.
not appealing either. That's not appealing to me either.
Wow. Okay. So agree to disagree. I appreciate you have your opinion.
Different folks, different strokes. I didn't know we were going to go down the rape hole all of a sudden.
I didn't
but
know either. Like
I don't know how you guys don't see that.
I
I
don't know how you
see
do.
wearing
Let's-
skin serial murder. I agree.
Let's-
He's a serial killer.
Let me ask.
let's quickly
let
move
me
on
put it to
here,
you a
'cause we're
different
just
way.
gonna
Let
keep
me
spinning our
put it to
wheels,
you
I
a different
think.
way. How many normal men do you see walking around with a mustache like that
I mean, this guy right here.
that aren't out there touching kids? No, you've got like a Johnny Depp mustache. This guy has like a.
My tattoo artist
not-
has a
this guy-
mustache like that. He doesn't
This
touch
guy
kids.
looks
Come
like
on.
he is not allowed around children.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I've got kids. When I see the guy,
I got kids.
He needs to be in prison. He needs to be in prison.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, so we're gonna move swiftly
Please,
from this.
please,
agree to
let's go.
disagree, but I appreciate your take. It's a hot take. Thank you.
Wow.
So this sucks because the next segment is fucking Cameron Grimes watching the $1 Million Man do the basketball
it's great,
shtick,
too.
and he
So
didn't
good.
finish. He didn't finish the video, so he bets a guy $1,000 he can't dribble a basketball 10 times. And his most annoying Cameron Grimes voice, because he's got money for days, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, I fucking hate this guy.
It's the beginning of his feud. Did you catch it? Because he's starting a feud now. He gets mad at Ted DiBiase,
Yes,
and that's just glorious.
So he bets this guy $1,000. He didn't finish the video. He doesn't see that, the $1 Million Man kicks the ball out from the kid. So this guy bounces the ball 10 times and he gets all pissed. He had to give him $1,000. It's like, well, at the end, if you watch the entire video, he's like, damn you, Ted DiBiase. Just like you're saying, can't fucking stand this guy. I am so sorry. Cannot stand this guy.
I don't like him either, Jamie. I was just playing. I was just playing to be spiteful.
I
He's
fucking
annoying.
love it. I love it. I think it's great. I love every minute.
Of course you do.
180 is so good.
So then they cut to Leon Ruff getting checked out, and he's medically cleared. And then what's his name? Malcolm Bivens comes out and talks to him like, "Oh, you need to have a match against my guy Tyler Rust, and this and this." And like, "Okay, I'll fight him." He's like, "Okay, great." So then Tyler Rust comes out, and this is the first time I've actually paid attention to what Tyler Rust looks like. So I know you guys have watched some movies in your time. Have you ever? I assume you guys have watched The Lost Boys.
Oh, it's been a while, but yeah.
Do you remember the beach party scene where that guy was playing with a
The
saxophone?
player guy.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's fucking him.
Tyler Rust, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
not as swole though. Like the guy playing the sax is more swole than him. I mean, he's still shredded like a julienne salad, but he's just not. I mean, the face, everything, the hair. I don't like the guy. Like, I'm just looking at him like, I don't like you. You need facial hair. You need something, or cut your hair, because your face does not match your body.
You know what? I see it now, Jamie. I see it now. I'm looking at him right now, and I can see it.
He is nondescript white wrestling male. That's what he is. He's just so
You know what?
unoriginal.
If he rocked some Misfits hair, that would help me. But even then, to JJ's point, that still would be unoriginal. So
I think the only saving grace he could have is if he gets tag teamed with none other than Lone Star.
Hey, actually, you know what? I'm looking at him right now, and they're in an interview, and he's wearing a John Cena shirt. So he's out. Outright.
That's actually
Can't do
no.
it.
You're
That's
thinking
the
of
MSK
MSK.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he looks like the saxophone guy, too.
No.
Maybe Nick needs glasses. Maybe that's the
yeah.
problem for this whole thing. Maybe he's not
Look,
actually seeing
what,
what's
hey,
going on.
did I not say at the beginning of this episode
You
that
did.
NXT
You're
and I are
sour.
not going to work out?
Okay. Well,
We are
anyway,
not gonna work
so
out.
back to this. So Leon Ruff comes out, and he does his entrance, and then Isaiah Swerve Scott comes out, and just Pele kicks him right in the face, knocks him down, starts beating the hell out of him, takes him over to the announce booth, and is like, "Oh, this is my time now." Blah blah blah, like old school Triple H, my time, which was his best entrance music of all time. If anybody knows that song, I might find a way to play it for you guys later. But anyway. So that happened, whatever. Never even happened. Bivens declared Tyler Rust, the saxophone lead singer guy from the Lost Boys, the victor.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was one of the stinkers. This is
This is the stinker because like the whole like Leon Ruff and Swerve thing. Whatever, I don't care. You just came out of nowhere. You're making a rivalry just for fun, I guess. And then Tyler Rust, I have no compassion towards. There's no feelings towards this guy. It's like the one match he was in, he ended up Bivens threw in the towel last week. Who is this guy? Why is he getting a push? That's my question about Tyler Rust. Why is he getting a fucking push? I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We don't like him. Hashtag. All right. So then it goes right from that piece of shit into possibly the match of the night. I'm probably gonna call it. It was good.
It was good. It was
fun
good.
match.
It was really good.
It was the NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai, who we love, against Zoe Stark, not to be confused with Tony Stark. You know
Who
what?
I love too. I like this Zoe Stark. I like her.
I am a big fan. I've only seen her twice. She does that merry-go-round, go to sleep move, which, I mean, if she actually connected with it and not botched it 100%, it'd probably look really a lot cooler, but whatever. I'm kidding. It still looked amazing. But anyway, it was a good match, back and forth. Io looked amazing. She hit a 619. She hit a couple big moves. Zoe Stark did a few decent things. Obviously, it ends with Io Shirai winning via the moonsault. And then right after the match, Toni Storm comes out and she's like, "You can't beat me one-on-one. I'm better than you. You're ducking me." And Io Shirai's like, "I'll fight you any place, anytime, anywhere." The typical champion thing. Which, when did Io Shirai officially become a face? That's one of my questions. Because I thought this was like the Dark Lotus style, but whatevs. And so then, of course, Tony's like, "Well, you need to talk to William Regal to make this match happen." Because evidently Tony can't do that.
I say, yeah, bitch, you talk to Tony. You talk to Regal. Come on.
Yeah, it's like, okay. And then after that, Io's like, "You're on." And that's what happened there. It was a hell of a match, though. Nick, do you have anything positive to say about this one?
No.
Fair.
He's completely gone. He is gone. He is out there. If you show up wearing tights and wrestling boots, no matter who you are, you're the fucking devil to Nick. Wow. Not even our girl Io. Nothing. Okay. Well, whatever. Fine. Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was good. JJ, what'd you think?
I thought it was a good match. I said I'm a big fan of Zoe Stark. She getting a hell of a push for somebody just new. Now, she's not a rookie. She's been around independent scene for a while, like I talked about last week. So I thought it was great for her. I thought it's good for the women's division as a whole. I'm with you. I think it's after she won the belt, Io, she miraculously became face, and it just was like, okay. And as much as I hate to say it, it would serve her well if she did drop the belt, because it would give her some direction. She's literally beaten everybody,
Yeah, and we've had this conversation before. It's about the chase with her. Like, she's so much better with the chase, and I'm hoping Taya Valkyrie's gonna be the one to take it off of her. And Toni Storm is gonna lose in 2 weeks. Which, spoiler alert, they made a match for 2 weeks.
Right.
And I really think Toni Storm's going to lose, and Taya Valkyrie's going to come out and stake her claim and go after her and get the belt.
Get the belt on Mania weekend, or maybe even at Mania.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're supposed to be doing over the 2 nights.
Are they doing NXT in Mania again?
They have not confirmed, but it seems like it because they're doing 2 nights. I mean, they need matches.
They'll probably have like the 2 main championships and maybe a tag match. I don't know, but probably the 2 main championships.
All right, so at this point, they do a little vignette about Xia Li and the Casey Catanzaro thing. And that match is next.
The Purging.
The Purging commenced, and no one died. I'm sorry, JJ, no one did die, but there was
to know what Purge
really cringeworthy move. So, word around the campfire is Casey Catanzaro. Well, obviously Xia Li won. Sorry, let's just get there. Xia Li won.
Yeah, it was actually it's a decent match too. It was
It was a lot better than I was expecting, but the word
Casey's come a long way. Give it up to her. So she's come a long way.
Word is Casey was hurt going into this match, and this was a way to write her off.
That makes sense.
So if you have not watched this match, just be prepared. There is a spot where Casey Catanzaro's right by the steps, and Xia Li puts her leg on the steps, and then just straight stomps, like jump stomp off of the stairs right onto her knee, and it looked devastating. It looked like she really fucked her up. It was bad.
It looked like Dak Prescott this past year when he got his leg bit in half.
It looked bad.
It looked. Now it wasn't because there was no X immediately from the ref, and she finished the match and did all that. But
she was unable to finish. She was unable to continue after that. Remember,
eventually they did it, but they did it all in kayfabe, so it wasn't like
there was no X thrown that we know of.
So, right, so. I mean, because it looked like it could have been an instant, like break your fibula, sort of, just ooh.
Yeah. So
that's what purging. That's what the purge is. Purge must in Chinese mean break your leg, because I guess that's what it was.
Yeah. So all right. Well, we know what the purge is now. So we'll see who's next. It'll probably be
Caden Carter.
Caden Carter, more than likely. And then after that, we got to the second Cameron Grimes video.
Ted DiBiase, kiss my grits.
And he once again bet somebody $1,000, but evidently he didn't know who he was messing with. It was a much taller woman than him. I think she's one of the new NXT signees. I think that's who it was, because she was tall, looked athletic as hell. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to see this woman in a ring. She looked exciting. So she does the 10 dribble challenge, and then he goes to try to kick it, and she dribbles between her legs and does a whole bunch of stuff. Like, girl can ball clearly. But then he got all pissed and then did his, Ted DiBiase can kiss my grits. Well, Cameron Grimes can kiss my ass. I don't like this guy.
I love it. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. Agree to disagree.
No, you're wrong.
When he gets a belt, I'm gonna love seeing you in that Cameron Grimes shirt.
Yes, and we'll post it on Twitter. It's too bad it'll never happen, right?
So we will see.
All right. So next was Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, which I love their shtick against the Diaper Duo, also known as the Grizzled Young Veterans.
I hate their entrance.
So do I.
I don't get this. I said this before. It just drives me insane. It's nails on the chalkboard. They're his stuttering entrance. It's like he's constipated.
Yeah. No, he's shitting his pants because he's wearing a diaper. He's shitting his pants because he's wearing a diaper.
I don't get that. Sorry,
everybody knows.
I think you may be onto something there.
So everybody knows, though, if you've ever played sports, you play better if you have a pregame dump. It's just a thing. Like,
Absolutely.
You just get it out of you. He just shits in his diaper and gets after it.
But as bad as his entrance was, Maverick and Drake's, oh my god, with Maverick wearing a Killian Dane face T-shirt, and Dane just rips it off of him going into the ring.
Yeah,
I love them.
So it was a fun little quick match. Unfortunately, the Diaper Duo, the Grizzly Young Veterans, did win. The one thing that I have to say, and I'm going to say it every time I see Killian Dane on my TV screen, his body hair makes me uncomfortable.
Dude, I almost didn't say anything because I'm like, I'm like, Nick, I know this is what you're thinking, but if you say it and it's not what Jamie had in mind, then you're going to look really shitty. I'm with you 100%, Jamie. It's
like George the Animal Steel body hair level.
There's
worse.
There's lasers stuff you can do nowadays. They've got those. They got them fly swatter size razors you can use.
I'm pretty sure
somebody needs to tap him on the shoulder.
I'm pretty sure it's part of his gimmick, though, man. Come on, for real.
I hope so.
It has to be.
Jesus, like he wears a sweater 24/7, 365. He always wears a sweater,
dude. That'd be funny if somebody said something to him about it backstage and be like, "Dude, I know it's just part of my thing."
It's like he just shave just a little, so I don't have to touch it.
As a man with a lot of body hair, I take offense to all that. You know, us YSL guys gotta stick together. That is the year-long sweater.
That's
YLS,
awesome.
YLS. Yeah. You might think he's got, some people got that, like Happy Trail, whatever. He's got the Super Highway of Love going down his chest. So
he's got the Robin Williams thing going.
Yeah.
yeah. Like
he's got worse. He's not just as like most, like me, just chest. I think you're talking about more of the shoulders, the hairy shoulders.
He's a fucking Sasquatch.
Yeah.
We found him, guys. We found him.
He's married to Nikki Cross. He wrestles at NXT.
Yeah, poor Nikki Cross. Come back to our TV sometime and actually get a push. Maybe go back to Crazy Nikki. Even though you look great now, but I like Crazy Nikki. All right, so we go to when I said Io Shirai might have been match of the night. To the match of the night. Like, that's all there is to it. I'm calling this one.
This thing was fire. Absolutely.
So, to be blatantly honest, I have not been a big fan of Karrion Kross's work in NXT. Like, I just not liked his matches. I don't think they've been well done or whatever. But this match was amazing, and it was his best match in NXT by far. So Santos Escobar and the Legado del Fantasma roll up in a nice Tahoe. So he's there, and then they just start going at it in the parking lot. And it's pretty damn good. Most of the fighting was around some white truck. It's not Dexter Lumis's dickhead, but it's
he's got the van, not the truck. So.
Yeah, it's a big old truck.
He's got a van.
In a van down by the river.
Yes.
So anyway, they're fighting. It's a 3-on-1 handicap, basically. The entire match is a 3-on-1 handicap. Lots of just brutal, unadulterated, just intense beatdowns from everybody. It just looked raw and gritty, and I was there for it. There's a spot that stuck out in my mind when Escobar locked himself in the cab of the big box truck. And luckily, somehow there was a pickaxe just hanging out right there.
A fucking pickaxe just sitting there.
Yeah. It couldn't have been anything else. A fucking pickaxe in Florida.
I was just going to say, Jamie, it is Central Florida. You know that.
Fair. I mean, well, then where were the bath salts? So,
the
anyway,
guy who left the pickaxe, that's what they traded him for. I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, Karrion Kross, instead of hitting the glass, which is obviously the easiest thing to do, he goes right into the door, just nailing the pickaxe into the door. That was one of the big things I saw. Then they came finally inside because Legado del Fantasma started beating the shit out of Karrion Kross, and then Escobar walks in, and then all of a sudden Karrion Kross is able to gain control of the Legado del Fantasma, and then he does this big spot where he has both of them by the neck, and he throws them into the barricade towards the ring, and then the glass and the fencing breaks, and they fall into the ring area. That was a pretty wild moment, if you will.
It looked really good.
It
looked bad.
It was really good. And basically, when they got inside, too, like, if you were not Karrion Kross, you were going into the barricades. You're getting thrown into whatever. He's throwing fucking everybody everywhere. It was kind of cool. Well, it ends up Karrion Kross does end up getting the win. He hits Escobar with a Doomsday Saito. I think that's how you say it. Saito?
I think so. Yeah.
Through the announce table. That's
close enough.
Yeah, whatever. And they finish him with a devastating forearm strike to the back of the head, like he always does, and gets the win.
His finisher's weak. His
finisher's really weak for as big and strong as he is. Like, he needs something more than a forearm shiver to the back of the head.
Yeah.
So that's how that match.
Maybe a spear. If Bruce Pritchard gets his hands on him, he'll give him a spear.
Bruce Pritchard's already just rubbing his nuts about this guy. I can't wait for him to come to Raw. Ooh yeah.
Dude, the match was straight fire. It was everything and more. For the past like 2-3 weeks, I've been bitching about what the fuck is this Escobar thing? Why are we doing this? Well, here's the payoff that this Escobar can hold himself. This is so much more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. I loved every second of it. Carry on,
wayward son.
Carry on. Yeah, carry on. There we go. Just remember Kansas. Carry on. You're right. This is the first time he really, other than maybe the Keith Lee match where he ripped his shoulder to shreds, it's probably the best use of his talents in a ring since he's been in NXT. And it wasn't even really an in-ring match, but it showed off so much more. Just coming out there and squashing, jack-offs like Tyler Rust or whoever the fuck he does every week does him no good. But this looked good. Everything about it was great. I loved it. Match of the night by far. Nick?
I had a headache at the beginning of the match from, the previous matches. And the backstage stuff, parking lot stuff made my headache worse just because to me it was very bland. But once they got inside and everybody was kind of revved up, it got great quickly. And it was a good match. I enjoyed it a lot. It was not quite pay-per-view quality, but it was.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
It was kind of knocking on that door. So it was an excellent match. I was concerned about it for a minute because we've been waiting for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But no, it paid off. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Wow, that was the nicest thing you've said so far
about the entire show. I cannot believe it.
It's all downhill from here, boys.
Oh God, I know. It was okay.
Okay. Well,
me and Nick are going to get into it again here in a second because, Jamie, let's finish this up.
Okay, so we finally get to the last vignette of JJ's favorite wrestler, Cameron Grimes. It fucking sucked again. He did his shtick one more time with the basketball, and then the guy was getting ready to do it, and he punched him in the face. And then he's like, I can do anything because I got all the money or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, okay. I'm already done with you.
But as he was saying all that, he was actually not talking to anybody other than Ted DiBiase. He was directing everything at Ted DiBiase. That's why this is glorious.
So the only funny thing that has came out of this to me, the only thing that is of worth of any kind of note, is Virgil 1.0, the OG Virgil, reached out and said he'd be his manager. And I'm like, oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. Now I might get behind just that piece of it, even though I'm okay if Cameron Grimes gets hit by a bus tomorrow. I would not cry. I might even throw a little party about it. Actually, I wouldn't. That's terrible. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand his chick at all. And he needs to fucking shave his chest too. All right.
It is gross. It's unsightly.
I hate you guys like tearing into us hairy-bodied men. It's genetic.
I got hairy chest. I own it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
We worked this out.
Not compared to me. No, you don't.
We decided this is what we were going to go at.
Oh, fuck you guys. I'm going home.
Like, I don't look like a fucking grizzly bear. I'm sorry. I don't look like a grizzly bear. But okay. So then we get to the culmination of the night where everybody, honestly, what I watched the entire show for was the last 10, 15 minutes of the show.
Yes.
And that's Adam Cole coming out explaining why he's done everything he's done. And from the jump, I knew it was a work. 1,000%, but I didn't care. I was hook, line, sinker, like, let's just go. He's like, oh, I feel so bad about what I did to Kyle O'Reilly, and it's my fault that he's not here right now, and I'm gonna be better, and it didn't go the way I wanted to. I'm despicable, blah, blah, blah. Then Roderick Strong comes out and goes, the Undisputed Era is built on trust, and this, and this, and this, and this. Is actually pretty good for Roderick Strong. I was very impressed with his mic skills there. So he comes out, and then Finn Balor hits the ring, and then all hell breaks loose at this point. Finn Balor comes out, stops the talking. Roderick Strong tries to meet him. He knocks Roderick Strong down, and then he goes right for Adam Cole. Adam Cole, they do a little thing, and then Roderick Strong comes and makes a save. And he gets him up, and then next thing you know, super kick to the face again, and Finn Balor is down. Then Adam Cole breaks down in the middle of the ring after Roderick Strong clotheslines him, like just to get some aggression out. He's like, I'm sorry. Like Adam Cole does that. They break down everything, and then they're in the middle of the ring, on their knees, head to head. And then Roderick Strong gets up and he gives him a good old fashioned low blow and says, "You're so stupid. You are so stupid." So the Undisputed Era is not dead, and I'll explain that in just a second. But
he also told Roddy that you're dead to me.
Yes.
It was after he ripped the dog tags off. Oh.
Yes, he ripped his dog tag. Yeah, it was intense. I enjoyed it. I knew it was work the whole time. Didn't even care. I knew it was work the whole time because I just wanted to see it and enjoy it and bask in it.
I'm with you. I agree on everything. Nick, time for your dissension.
It is okay. It's just all so predictable.
But I was there for it.
Yeah, you saw this coming from a mile away. It's like when you see that car wreck happening. This is a terrible example. You see that car wreck happening, and you're like, "Oh God, it's going to be bad for them," and you're just staring at it. It's the same thing. It's great.
So
I'll tell you this: I am very excited for what we have in Pike for Adam Cole specifically, and what he has planned. I am very excited for that.
Okay. Yeah.
So a few of the things that came with this match, and I forgot to mention this. I'm sorry. Kyle O'Reilly's injured. He hurt his neck, C4 and C5, ruptured the disc, and he's out 4 to 6 weeks. So when people saw him seizuring, he probably legit was, because his neck had bulging discs, and you can get a little herky-jerky when that happens. So
right, it's not quite a seizure, but yeah,
you can get herky-jerky with it pretty hard. So he's legit hurt. And then all this stuff happens, and right after that, Adam Cole tweets the following: "I am the Undisputed Era." So Undisputed Era, I don't think is dead. I think the work is he's going to retool it and get himself some new bandmates, and none other than Oney Lorcan, Pete Dunne, maybe them. What do you think?
Which is funny, because when I brought that up after the pay-per-view, you guys thought I was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I did cocaine since then, so I agree with you. Kidding, Jen, if you're listening.
yeah. Or your daughters.
Oh, they know. It's fine.
They don't listen. Okay. All right. Overall, I thought it was great. I disagree wholeheartedly with a lot of the statements that Nick had. I thought this show was fan-fucking-tastic. I thought the all in all NXT this week was one of their best they put on in a long time. I thought it was great.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a solid show. It was definitely much better than last week's show, because the one right after NXT, after the takeovers are
it's always a meh.
Yeah. No, this one I thought it was really good. It set a lot of foundational pieces for me, because I want to see what happens next with Xia Li, because she looked hell of impressive. I want to see what they do with the Dexter Lumis Indy Hartwell thing. I kind of want to see that happen now.
Are you an indexer? Are you shipping them?
Yeah, I think so. I think yeah. Let's do it.
Index. Did you see that on Twitter?
I like it. Yeah, index. Yes. We're gonna hashtag that right along with some badass crossbodies. So no, enjoyed it. Typically I'm more of an AEW guy, but this was a really solid show. It was very impressive, actually, and I have very little bad things to say other than Cameron Grimes is a total chode, and I don't get the whole Tyler Russ thing.
Nobody gets the Tyler Russ thing. That's you are not alone there. Nick, final words before we move to AEW.
I realized tonight that NXT must be watched on WWE Network in order to get the full show. I was unaware of that. I was watching it on Sling, and I missed 2 vignettes, a match in totality.
Well,
So
okay.
If anybody else out there is is out of the loop as I am, there you go.
What matches,
we learned it
what
together.
matches did you not see?
The one with the saxophone guy was totally gone.
That's not you. You didn't miss anything.
There was a couple of vignettes. What are those guys called with the diaper?
Oh, Grizzled Young Veterans and the
Diaper duo.
Missed that one.
Huh. How about
So,
that?
I know. I didn't know that until just now.
Well, okay.
Interesting.
There you go.
So you learned
Moral
something.
of the
you
story
know.
there.
So my final thing before I give you the AEW baton, the viewership for NXT this week was 734,000, which was a little bit of a dip from last week. But there was a bigger gap because more were on the AEW side again this week. And I think we know why. And JJ, I will hand it off to you.
Yeah, there's plenty of reason why. This was an excellent AEW show. We keep saying every week, you can't have banger after banger after banger. This show is very interesting because I'm not going to lie, like the first half of the show, kind of very, just subdued and kind of just trucking along. And the second half of the show is like balls to the wall, just going screaming down the highway. So I think it was like around 100,000 was the difference in viewership, give or take, something like that. So AEW solidly won. Started off with Moxley facing off against Ryan Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler's little brother, and it was a squash match, but Nemeth looked good. I mean, he looked good in his role as a squashy. That's not really the moral of the story. Everybody, Moxley's in a match with some young kid or new guy or whatever. He's going to beat the crap out of him. The meat on that bone was the promo that Moxley gave in the ring after the match. Oh boy, it was good. Moxley can always deliver a good promo, but it's usually a singular tone, and this was very much not that. He basically is setting himself up for an extended. I mean, he's getting ready to have a kid, so he's going to take some time off. He more or less was setting himself up for that extended time off. And calling out, just masterfully calling out Omega, basically saying that he was bred for this, he was made for this, he breathes it, he just wants to he's like, if nothing else, he just wants to leave some scars on Omega. I can't remember all. It was good. It was a really good promo by Moxley. So that led into a little video package, the history between Moxley and Omega. And then we got a next match, which was very similar to the first one. It was a complete squash, but it is one where the squashies looked good. It was Team Taz, Cage, and Starks versus the Varsity Blondes. And Varsity Blondes are one who that they use. They're kind of used as like a developmental team. Like they come in there for people to beat up. That's their role in the position. But they looked good at it. I mean, they got some good spots in. Griff Garrison's got good athleticism. Pillman, he's building up his. I think that he keeps getting more and more, some more years under him. He's going to really develop into his own. Take after his father a little bit more. But I thought it was a very good showing for them. Still a squash match, though, at the end of the day. It was Cage and Starks. They win the match. And then, of course, after the match, we get a blackout. And then instead of Sting coming immediately out, there's a little video package on the screen. And it shows a muscle car in the desert with a body bag attached to the back of it. And inside you go to the cockpit, and there you see Sting's glove on the shifter. And, the car takes off and goes down this desert highway. And, they get to wherever they're going, and this person, obviously Sting, gets out of the car, comes over, opens up the body bag, and there is Darby Allin smiling like he enjoys this, because that's kind of his shtick. He's the guy, put him in a body bag, but he likes it, right? So then Sting actually comes out with a body bag, and oh, surprise, it's not Darby, it's Hook. Hook. Who names their kid that? Whatever. It's Taz's son.
A guy by the name of Taz.
A guy by the name of Taz names his son Hook. You're right. Yeah, Hook is normal compared to that. Yeah. So it's Hook. Oh, wow. Where's Darby? Here comes Darby on the zip line. What did you think of the zip line, Jamie?
It was fun. I mean, why?
I don't know. You didn't get flashbacks to, because Jamie was in the house at the show where Owen Hart was on the zip line and unfortunately passed away.
Oh, that's right.
Well, he wasn't a zip line. He was coming down from the top of the rafters when Owen Hart. I mean, he wasn't connected to it, but yeah,
It was a different sort of.
yeah,
okay,
it wasn't a full zip line. So I appreciate it. Like, you couldn't come straight down. Now, if they did the come straight down shit, I would probably still have a problem with that personally. But I know some people wouldn't, and because I was at Camper Arena, so yeah,
Well, it was, you gotta think it's been what, like almost 25 years, 30 years, whatever. 25 years, something like that since that happened.
20 years, yeah.
It's been a while since that happened.
23
23 years. There you go. We've come a long way in safety, and you could tell he was locked into that thing pretty solid. So, but he came down the zip line, homage to the old Sting from the rafters shtick. Came in the ring, he had a skateboard, beating people up. Sting comes in, beats up Brian Cage, does a stinger splash, does a scorpion death drop, and once again, he actually did something that made me happy. So, kudos to Sting for actually doing something.
I'm not gonna lie, I got really excited when I saw him do the scorpion death drop. Like, I love that move. It is a move that more people should steal and use, because I just love that reverse DDT. I don't know what it is about it. I've always been a big fan.
Move.
Yeah.
AJ used to do it all the time. He hasn't done it. He hasn't had his repertoire lately. I don't know why, but it's a great move. Mm-hmm. So
Nick, anything positive?
Everything you guys just said. I'm with you 100%.
All right.
I enjoyed it very much.
So we follow that up with a promo with Tony Schiavone. I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to go mosey along through here before I lose you. No, promo with Tony Schiavone, Miro, Kip Sabian, and Penelope. And I gotta tell you, Miro was great in this promo. So
Fantastic. Fantastic.
It starts off with Tony going, because immediately he tries to introduce them, and Miro interrupts him, and Tony Schiavone just. Whether you love or hate Tony Schiavone, I love him. He just immediately goes, "Wow, this is an uncomfortable interview," and just keeps rolling, like without even like breaking sentence. It's just like fantastic, Tony. The moral of the story is that it ends up being a match because there was a note passed to Tony Schiavone for Miro. It says, from Trent, do you want to have a match? Circle 1, yes, no, maybe.
Yeah. It's like, you guys are kids. You can come back to me, Chuck. You
That's
can be my butler.
shtick. You look at Chuck. You look at Chuck E. T's Twitter. It is a child's Twitter, pretty much. I mean, it is all like poop jokes, and it's.
I know. Like, I feel like I could hang out with him like 24/7.
So in character, keeping this thing consistent across everything. I love it. It's great. There's gonna be a tag team match at Revolution now, so it's gonna be. It's time to move on from this. I mean, we were clamoring for long-term booking, right? That's one thing we want to see out of AEW, because WWE is solely lacking of that, right? Mm-hmm. Give us long-term booking. Okay, well, to an extent, this is not what we meant by long-term booking, because this feels worn out. I don't know about you guys.
No, it does.
It's the one spot they got going where it's like, okay, you can move Miro on to something else now. Let's move on with this.
The thing that's cool, like, Miro is going to be awesome no matter where you put him.
Sure.
So it works because he's there. Outside of him and what he's putting into it, yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah, it does no favors for Orange Cassidy. I mean, it's time for them to break us off. So it is what it is. Next, you had Brandon Cutler versus Jake Hager. This was, as you can imagine, the third squash match in a row. Jake just beat the living piss out of Brandon.
But Brandon actually did show out for a little bit. He actually did look a little impressive.
Brandon's gotten a lot better. I mean, if you've been following him on Dark, because he went through like a year-long losing phase, which, side note, I loved him and Peter, before it was Pretty Peter Avalon and was still the librarian Peter Avalon. I loved their rivalry. They were so terrible. It was great together. Anyway, but he's gotten better since then. You could tell he's been working on his body. He's gotten more fit. He's got his moveset's gotten better. He's more clean. He's got more practice in. So he did show out. But it was a squash. Jake Hager won. Inner Circle comes out. Starts beating the crap out of him, which leads to the Young Bucks coming out, and this is where things took a turn for the Buck family, because it goes to the backstage, and there is Jericho and MJF with Papa Buck all bloodied up by the trailer, and they take him. It was one of the best placements that I think that's been done in a while. They take him with his fake bloody head, right? It's all, he's got all his fake blood all over his head, and they throw him against the back of one of the semis. Now the semis have like the whole like AEW like vinyl wrap on them. So this particular semi had the Young Bucks, Matt on one door, Nick on the other door, and they throw him up, and it gets the blood smeared on the face of Nick, and then they go up, it gets the more blood smeared on the face of Matt. Like it was well done. Then they run off. Here come the Young Bucks back to save their pops, and Jericho and MJF are like hanging out of the side of a Suburban as they're driving off, just taunting them. So very good. Oh, and they do Jamie's favorite. They do the Young Buck pose before they leave.
Yes, yes, I was gonna make a point of that, and good call out that they were hanging out of their best friend's ride. Trying to holler at them.
Ooh, yeah. But if they would just chase more waterfalls, it'd be better. So.
Yeah, I love that whole thing. I thought it was great, but you always gotta remember there's a few rules in wrestling that we are all aware of. One is you never break kayfabe, right? And then two, you don't bring your parents to TV tapings. It doesn't end well, ever.
Never.
Anytime they show a parent, shit's going down.
It's on the same level.
I think
it's on the same level as wrestling weddings. Yeah, you still bring your parents.
I think that was the only time I really, the last time I liked The Miz was when he brought his dad, and then his dad put his dukes up in the middle of the ring and then just got destroyed. That was the last time.
Mr. Miz, yeah. Yep. So follow that up with a video package from a video promo for Jade and Shaq, and they're in the wrestling ring this time, so that's good. Okay. Sure.
Dude, Jade is jacked. I cannot wait to see her wrestle.
She is
jacked.
stupid jacked.
Like if she wrestles half as good as like her muscle definition is, she's gonna be a star. Because like I've never seen like when I said somebody was shred like a Julian salad earlier, no. She's shred like a Julian salad, man.
Yeah,
I want some
She's
chips.
crazy jacked.
Yeah.
She's like Bobby Lashley jacked.
Bobby Lashley's jealous of her muscles. I mean, she has got just. Like she's got like negative body fat on her, just like muscles on muscles. It's like, kudos for hitting the gym that fucking hard, because, and I know what they're doing. We don't know what she's going to be like in the ring. They're doing this all very carefully, so not to tip their hand too much, because if she's not that great, if she's not too polished or whatever, you're going to have Shaq, who's going to be clumsy as fuck, and his partner, a female wrestler who's a brick shithouse but can't wrestle. So they're being very careful to hold that back. I don't think she's going to be bad in the ring, but once again, we have no idea. We've never seen her wrestle, so
she's got some extra help coming.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You think it's going to be a third party running out?
I do.
We'll spill the beans there, Dick.
Yeah, fucking prediction, man. Come on.
Big Show.
You think Paul White is going to be the one who comes out?
I think
Walker?
Specifically. I think this match specifically is why he signed.
I
don't think. For those of you who don't know, Paul White, the Big Show, signed. The night it was announced was it announced during the day yesterday, or was it
during the day?
During the day,
and then they said that they were going to talk more about it on Dynamite, and I feel like that drove some viewership.
Yeah, so they talked about it briefly, because he's going to be on next week's Dynamite. So Big Show signed with AEW, which a surprise, yes, a big surprise, sure, but not totally shocking if you really think about it.
Only in stature.
I didn't know he was done. I didn't know his contract.
Well, that's the thing. He was on a Legends contract. So those Legend contracts are a lot more open-ended than a regular talent. So they have a lot more freedom and capability to move about than anybody else regular, like Thea Trinidad. gets fired but has to wait 90 days, and they don't have all that with a Legends contract because they're not an everyday talent sort of deal. So it's a little bit different. Nobody knew that here's a guy that since he came over to WWF at the time, pre-merger, because he started off in WCW as the Giant, and he became the Smoking Giant. I love throwing it in there because he spent a good 6 months where his shtick was just that he loved cigarettes, and it was so stupid. It was so dumb.
Yeah,
but
he just be standing in the corner, smoke a cigarette, and somebody's trying to beat him. He's like, oh, whatever, I finished a cigarette.
he lost matches because he was going after cigarettes because he wanted to smoke a cigarette that bad. It was bad. It was a bad gimmick. But anyway, so he came over before, but ever since he's been in WWE, he's been company man, number one company man, in and out of the ring, doing all the extra stuff, doing all the charity and all the foundation work, and so that is surprising. But yeah, so he's going to be the commentator on their new dark show. It's the second dark show, Dark Elevate. Elevate? Yeah.
Elevation.
No, it's not Elevation.
You sure?
Maybe it is Elevate. I keep wanting to say Evolution, and I think that's
Yeah, I think it's Elevate. Yeah, I think you're right.
Elevate or Elevation. It's a second dark show that they're going to do, which scant few details have come out other than it's Paul White and I'll pronounce that H every time. Paul White and Tony Schiavone on commentary, and it's going to be on their YouTube channel. So it starts on the March 15th. So we'll find out more, but he's going to be on Dynamite next week to give more information.
Well, I know somebody who has something to say about the Paul White thing.
Oh, fuck, man. This is not even your show.
You know what, guys? Fuck Paul White, all right? Because I loved him like a son, and he turned his back on Vince and me. It's fucking terrible. He's my 7-foot son. My 7-foot dumb son. And he left me.
God damn.
Let it out, Bruce.
God
Let it
damn
out.
you, Bruce.
Thank you, guys. It means a lot.
Moving right along, Bruce. So, and the thing is, I would say, Nick, is that because it's been teased several times when he was in WWE that it was going to be Big Show fighting Shaq. So I don't see him coming to his aid, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me, especially if they had some sort of third-party intervention of some sort. So it could be him, maybe so. That's not why he signed, though. I don't think he signed just because Shaq's wrestling a match, because he's actually got a job as a commentator. So I mean,
if anything, a woman's gonna break up the match.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that match. We'll find out next week. But we got the promo no matter what. Then we had the good matches start off. Okay, so Hangman Page and Isaiah Cassidy's first, and with Matt Hardy and the Hybrid 2 in Cassidy's corner. And this was great. So they're going there. Hangman is so good. He sold this arm injury they got at the beginning of the match so well. Mm-hmm. A lot of times you'll see a guy, he'll get an arm injury or do something, and then he'll slip up and he'll mess up and he'll still do some big moves, whatever. He did not do it. He shied away from using his arm almost exclusively for the rest of the match. It just gives you appreciation of how good he is. I mean, he abandoned a buckshot lariat because of his arm, and the match itself was very good. Cassidy's coming along very nicely. Matt Hardy ends up trying to interfere in the match. He has the Hybrid 2 distract Aubrey Edwards. He tries to interfere, and he hits Hardy or something, or he hits Hangman or something, and out comes Silver and Reynolds from the Dark Order. They tattle on Matt Hardy to Aubrey Edwards and get him thrown out from ringside. Just him. Hybrid 2's still there, but get him thrown out from ringside. And as he's getting thrown out, then they start doing, along with the Guns and the rest of the crowd, start doing delete. Delete.
I was losing it when that was happening.
It was so goddamn good. So good. Ends up being that Hangman ended up getting the pin. He got the win with a dead eye because he couldn't do the Hangman. He couldn't do the buckshot lariat because of his injured arm, so he did the dead eye for his finisher. I love that. Nothing drives me crazy, I think, more, and especially it's a WWE thing by far, of course, but it's that sort of that same setup. The whole John Cena, what you used to call it? It was like the 4 moves in a pin.
3 moves of doom.
The 3 moves of doom. Yeah. So it's like you knew exactly what's coming. You see it with Roman Reigns all the time. Spear, Superman punch, ooh-ah, Not this case. He can win other ways. That's what wrestling should be. So once it's a Deadeye, and then you get a Matt Hardy like super imposed voice over everything, talking about, and this is where my heart turns from just being the unlikable dick to straight heel, straight villain heel, just like basically fuck you, I'm gonna take it out on every member. Yeah. Isaiah, you're cool. Fuck you guys, I'm out. No, he's gonna get Hangman. He's gonna take it out on all of his buddies in the Dark Order, and so he comes. Then he appears from the tunnel with 5. And takes 5 and throws them off the stage over onto the Timekeeper's table. Great little spot. Sets up a kick-ass 10-man tag for next week. So it's the Dark Order versus Hardy Party, which is Hardy and Private Party, and the Hybrid 2. So this is the start of our good matches. I enjoyed the living piss out of this.
Yeah, I don't hate 5 anymore. He hasn't responded to my email yet, dick.
I'm still waiting for my email too. 5 fucking emails.
But I don't hate him as much. I think I like Nick more than him now.
I know, right? I know. Hey.
Well, I know after this whole Dexter Lumis thing.
I mean, yeah, we don't know. 5's not rapey, so that's why.
Well,
that's a step in the right direction.
There's too much rape in tonight's let's just stay away from that. I know. So we had a quick Kenny Omega check-in. He's in the workshop banging away at making some apparatus.
Some random metal. Bang, bang, bang. I thought it was hilarious.
And then it's funny because he wanted to have like the sounds of everything, you could tell. So he has a guy grinding right in the middle of his trying to speak in his promo to Alex Marvez. And you just can't hear a word he's saying. So it's funny. It's cute. Whatever. He's building shit for the, electrified I can't even talk, exploding barbed wire death match for Revolution. But that was that. Then we go in the women's match of the night. So still one match. Come on, let's have. You had 3 crappy squash matches earlier. You could have had 1 anyway.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I digress. Nyla Rose and Britt Baker keeping the momentum of the women's division up. This is a very good match. Very good women's match. It started off because it's heel versus heel. So what the fuck do you do? Well, Britt played super heel. That she did the whole I'm not doing this. She starts walking off and she's gonna walk away, and she's not gonna do that. And anyway, they get going at it. Great little spots back and forth, and Britt was holding her own, and she's putting in some solid work on Nyla. She goes for the lockjaw a couple of times. One of them was real nice because she actually did a reversal of a cannonball into a lockjaw attempt, which was very nice.
It was pretty. I geeked out really hard because I'm a sucker for a good submission, especially when it's a counter. I was like, oh, that's so smooth.
It was. It wasn't necessarily Spanish fly into an armbar pretty, but it's right below it. It was good. So she does like 2 lockjaws, and each time, and Nyla Rose breaks them up, and she has a beast bomb, and Britt kicks out of it, and it was great action back and forth. Nyla Rose ends up doing a second beast bomb and gets the win. So unfortunately, we are not the people to consult when it comes to brackets, apparently.
Except for Nick.
Nick's inner child is. If he would have gone with his inner child at the very beginning, he'd been running away with this thing. But
should have gone to Vegas.
Yeah, you should have, definitely.
So this women's tournament, I think, is going to end up pissing me off.
Are you pretty sure it's good?
How so?
Because by the way everything's setting up, it just screams it's going to be Nyla Rose versus Ryo Mizunami. And Ryo Mizunami's going to win.
Yeah.
And then Ryo Mizunami's going to beat Shida.
You think Ryo's going to do it?
They're setting it up for it. Because that's what everybody online is saying. And, I mean, the Twitterverse is going nuts with it. and I hate to.
I don't think they would put the belt on somebody who's not even in their company technically.
It makes for good storytelling. Maybe they sign her, but
maybe. But I don't.
I just hate her style. She is boring to me. Like I love Japanese strong style, but she's fucking boring.
I'm with you. I'm not big on her style either. I can acknowledge her skill, but not her style. I just don't get.
Yep.
Don't get into. I'm more worried that it's turning into something we've already seen, because you're looking at this and Monday. I think Monday or this Sunday, whichever one is the Bleacher Report day.
Sunday.
Sunday. You have Thunder Rosa versus Riho, and I'm guessing Riho's probably going to win that. So that means on the women's side, you have Riho versus Nyla Rose again, and the winner of that one either, I don't know, and then you have the possibility of doing Nyla Rose if it's not the Japanese winner. If it's going to be, they're going to keep it in house. You have either Nyla Rose or Riho facing Shida. We've seen both of those already. I don't know. I would rather see. I think Yuka Sakazaki. Wow.
You said it. You had it. Yuka Sakazaki.
I got it right. Holy crap.
Yeah.
See, I get it right. Yeah. I think I get it wrong. And I say crap, and I think I'm right. I'm just way off there. But Yuka Sakazaki, her and Shida would be a fun match. I would like to see that. Mm-hmm. I think that Shida and Thunder Rosa, to me, is the best story, is the best match there could be. But I don't know. They're setting it up. It's got to be a heel. So I think it's either going to be Nyla Rose or Ryu Mizunami. So I don't know. I'm happy with the tournament as it's been. Now, the results themselves we can bitch about, but the tournament's been good for them. And once again, what are you going to do with this? Where are we going to take this next? So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait to see on Sunday on Bleacher Report.
Yeah, which is going to be cool. We're going to talk about that next week. So they did a quick breakdown of the card for next week. Card's pretty stacked for next week. You got the Shaq match. You have the Tully Blanchard return to the ring, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be honest with you, but it is what it is.
It makes me uncomfortable, so I'm there for it.
Yeah,
right. You've got
not great.
You're gonna have the finals of the tournament, so it's going to be whoever wins on. Okay, hold on a second. I got to figure this out. Okay.
Sunday.
Because Sunday you have the second. Well, Sunday's the Breacher Report. You have the second semifinal thing. Mm-hmm. So Monday on YouTube, you have the U.S. finals.
Yeah.
Okay. They need to do a better. These matches should have been on Dynamite. As good as they've been to, they should. I mean, you can have more than one women's match on a show.
Agreed.
NXT has 2 every week, and that's the minimum you need. 2 matches, okay? If you're going to be serious about having a women's division, give us more than a single match each week.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Monday is going to be so it's whoever wins on Monday versus whoever wins on Sunday from the Japanese side. Mm-hmm. You get the 10-man tag, Dark Order versus Hardy and company, and then you have the last qualifier for the was it Prove Yourself ladder match? I don't remember the name.
Face of Revolution.
There you go, Face of Revolution. Which, if you didn't already know, at Revolution is Cody Rhodes, Scorpio Sky returning from injury, and Penta El Zero Miedo in the match as well, along with the winner of the next week's play-in match is going to be Dark Order's number 10 versus crap. You can help me out if you remember.
I don't remember. I just want 10.
Oh shit. Okay, it's 10 versus somebody. Wow, this is terrible. Okay, look it up on Twitter while I'm talking. We'll figure it out. But anyway, and then also is going to have the winner of the main event of tonight. So, which means there's one spot that's not accounted for. It's the 6-man ladder match. Surprise entrant. We'll have talks next week about who we think that surprise entrant will be. But the main event of the night was aptly named because Rey Fenix, Lance Archer. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. It was a hell of a match. Match of the night.
Early match of the year. Consider it. I mean, wow, it was as good as you can imagine it to be. I mean, Ray Phoenix is just he is at the top of his game. He is just a wizard. I feel like I'm running out of things to say about him because every week I just keep getting more and more. But it was unbelievable. Spots left and right, all over the place. Ended up with Lance Archer winning. He did there was a ridiculous Spanish fly, which is one of my favorite moves. Like Jamie gets off on lion tamers, and we all love a good Canadian, we all love a good Canadian destroyer. But something about the Spanish fly, if it's done right, it looks glorious. And
that Spanish fly made my nipples hard.
Archer just oh my god, Archer is such an athletic big guy. Former college quarterback and. It was so good, but it ended up being that Archer got the win. He did his finisher, like stellar sell by Phoenix on it, and he's going to be in the ladder match, which I don't mind because Pentagon already there. I don't want to see Pentagon and Ray Phoenix at it again. As much as I want Pentagon to win that, I don't think he will because I think you have something with. Pentagon and Phoenix, hopefully getting a push in the tag division sometime soon.
Yeah.
We'll see if they do. But
the match you were thinking about was Dark Order's 10 versus Max Caster.
Max Caster from the Acclaim. That's who it is. Okay. I knew it was somebody.
So there
overall, it's a very good Dynamite. I would say the first half of it was a little bit slow. On a whole, but that's not bad because it kind of built you in, and that second half was just fantastic. So, what are you guys' thoughts on Dynamite for the week?
Nicholas?
Loved it. But I agree with JJ wholeheartedly. They need more of the women's division in there, especially if you're going to have 2-3 squash matches. We need more of the women's division for sure. But AEW is my jam. They got the right ingredients, and they don't burn the cake. And I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, if they can get a serial killer vibe in there. Maybe get this guy.
They better not, dude. They better not.
So, for me, it was a really good show. I almost felt like a go-home show, honestly, a little bit.
It really did,
like with the level of it. And, I mean, the one thing with AEW, I think every night or every Wednesday, there is one match that is close or is a 5-star match. Like, they have one every Wednesday. Even if the rest of the card's meh, they have that one. And that Ray Phoenix match with the Murder Hawk, that was...
instant classic.
It was a 5-star, like, not Okada Omega 6-7 star level, but it was still up there. And if anybody's never seen the Okada Omega 2... I think that's the 6-star classic, 7-star classic. Do yourself a favor and watch that one. And then bring an extra pair of underwear because you will clean your shorts because it's amazing.
I mean, everything about it was done right. They didn't have to do anything crazy or stupid, Jake Roberts never got involved. There was no real. Well, he did get involved once, but
once, yeah.
But for Jake Roberts, that's not much.
And Ray Phoenix jumped over him and did
that was great. He jumped on the outside. Some of the moves by Phoenix just. If anybody has not watched this match, just stop what you're doing. Pause this podcast. Go watch the match. Don't be a dick. Watch the match because it is worth every second of your time. And the way it ended. He won. He comes over with a fist in hand. Archer does. It extends it out. Gives a fist bump to Phoenix and lets it be. Hey, you can have that. You can have a good friendly match, and it was stellar. Yes, please, more of this all the time.
All the time.
Obviously, my match of the night, Archer Phoenix. Overall, it was a really good, really good episode of Dynamite. It did have that go home feel a little bit.
Next week's show is gonna be Banger City.
Well, they've already given it a name. It's what is it? It's like Crossroads or something. Crossroads.
I
don't remember what it was, but it's something. AEW is gearing up for a killer show when they give the weekly show a subtitle. It's like, ooh, we're serious this week. Okay, all right, there we go.
Yeah, it I mean, there's bangers left and right on this thing. Like, you're gonna get the women's final, which just gets me just going there. Shaq and Jade Cargill versus Cody Rhodes, the Red Velvet. I'm looking forward to that match. I don't think it's gonna be all that amazing, but the one that's gonna steal the show is gonna be the Dark Order versus Matt Hardy and the Private Party and Hybrid 2. Like, that one's gonna be a banger.
Because Hardy's old, but the 4 guys around him are not.
No,
It's true.
yeah, he's
That's a good way to put it.
Oof, that's gonna be a fun one to watch, and
We get to see Paul White.
Yeah, yes, yes. We get to see Paul White Walker, spelled exactly like a White Walker.
White. All right, so we got a few more minutes left here. We're gonna wrap it up because there's something we want to do. This we realize as we're getting ready to record this. We're recording it right now on the 25th. You guys are listening to this wherever you're listening to it from, all the podcast sources or on YouTube. We always put it up the same on the 26th. Now, February 26th is an interesting day because it is 1 year to the day that the 3 of us went to our last live wrestling event. COVID happened, live events canceled. So we want to take a second. Jamie's going to take us through, and we're going to reminisce a little bit about 1 year ago today.
Yeah, and it was the go home show for Revolution, if you remember.
It was so good.
Oh, it was so good. It was an AEW Dynamite, and it opened up with the 30-minute Iron Man match between
60.
It was a full 60. That's right, full 60-minute Iron Man match between Omega and Pac, whatever. And oh my God, it was great.
Wow.
And the thing too is the week before that we went and saw our local Journey Pro KC. And they had a really banger match with Hoodie Howlett facing off against Gary J. It was Gary J.
It was Gary fucking J.
It was Gary J. And like, it was supposed to be Hoodie Howlett's retirement thing, and then he pulled a big swerve at the end. He's like, "I'm not fucking retiring. Fuck you guys." Blah blah blah. It's like, it was the biggest swerve.
And he went all out. He had a guy from Strange Music, which is Strange Music is what's his face's
Tech
music
Nine?
label. Tech Nine. That's how you have to say his name too. You can't say it regularly. But it was Tech Nine's music label. He had a guy from them like be his like intro guy as he came out.
Mm-hmm.
They set it up wonderfully. It was so good.
Yeah, we got the besties in the world. We had Marty Bell. We had Laney Luck, like usual. Like, we had all the big ones there.
Jeremy Wyatt and Jake Something.
Jeremy Wyatt, Jake Something was there. That was
Jake
a great
Something
match.
was there.
The Regal Twins were there.
That I will say, that was not booked properly. We talked about this before about Jake Something. That match should have been before the Hoodie Howlett Gary J match.
Because that one was all over the damn place. It had so much adrenaline.
It had the
such an
swerve
amazing show.
ending. It had that swerve ending on it. And then after this big emotional swerve, here's another match. And we're like, oh, come on. I can't, my heart can't take it. It was a really good match by Jake Something and Jeremy Wyatt. It should have been before the big surprise match, you know?
Yeah, like Hoodie Howlett should have been the last match, but whatever, booking wise. But
yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
So the one of the big memories for me for that last show before COVID was we actually met the guys who run Journey Pro there. We got pictures with them at the AEW show, which I thought was great. It was also one of my daughters, Jessica's, first ever live show. And she went to an absolute banger of a show, because that was also the same show that had the weigh-ins between Jericho and John Moxley. when Moxley like totally ripped open Jericho's face, and all of the Inner Circle had the matching outfits when they went to the weigh-in. It was absolutely amazing. And that show, top to bottom, was really damn good. I just remember us just having so much damn fun. The Bunny and Orange Cassidy kind of got into it, a little bit. It was not where she kicked him in the nuts. It was like she was going to and he blocked it. Yeah, it was just.
There was a Jake Hagar match that ended up outside in the Dippin' Dots.
Yes, Yes.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that show went on forever too. Like they had it, like the show ended and they had like 6 more dark matches afterwards.
Well, because for those of you who maybe weren't really paying attention to AEW back in the day when we were going to shows, they used to film Dark before and after the actual like Dynamite tapings. So now, and Dark was never like 2 hours before because they couldn't, but they always do all the the Dark matches before or after that. So you got your money's worth with an AEW ticket. I will say this: we got probably more good wrestling and just more wrestling in general than any Raw or SmackDown ticket I've ever bought.
Mm-hmm. And we had shitty seats compared to what we've done in the past. Like we had front row to NXT. We had front row at NXT earlier.
This show, Kansas City marked out because we wanted to get front row. We wanted to get like lower, like, and they sold out like almost immediately. So they were like, "Oh crap, we'll wait." And then we waited a little too long. Like, "Oh shit, we gotta buy tickets." And our seats weren't that great. But it was at a smaller arena in town here, so it was a smaller
venue, so they were still good. Like we still had a great view, and it was fun. You heard everything. The place was popping.
Definitely want better seats next time, whenever the hell that is.
Yes, the next time AEW comes to town, I don't care. I'm going to spend the money. We're getting front row, or we're getting close. And we are gonna mark out like the little marks that we are.
We gotta be all hover hand on the keyboard the second they go on sale, like we were for those Rage Against the Machine tickets, which we're still going to go to.
2025.
It's supposed to be July. We'll see about that, but it was interesting when Jay brought that up here before because I was like, when was that? It was around this time, and it's like, oh shit, it was literally a year ago, 2/26/20. Man.
It's insane,
God,
man.
It feels like so long ago because, of everything. Everybody's listening. Everybody knows, COVID. It changed our world for a little bit for a couple years here. Okay. But goddamn, that was so fun. Within a week. Yeah. We had Journey Pro followed by AEW. God, we were marks. It was great.
Yeah, I'm not even lying. Like the next time we go to a live show, a tear might come out of my eye because I just miss it so much right now. Like I am needing it. Like I was looking up plane tickets to go to freaking Revolution at Jacksonville. Like that's how hard I'm jonesing right now. Hashtag thank you IRS.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta do my taxes. So get in the conversation. Let us know, guys. When's the last show? What was the last show you guys went to? Has anybody been to any AEW shows since they're the only ones actually doing, limited but live audiences right now? Let us know. Let us know what you're looking forward to next. Is anybody planning on going to social distance WrestleMania or whatever coming up here? So, I will say this, talking about that, this might actually be the year to actually look at WrestleMania tickets. For one, it's probably cheaper than they're ever going to be. Mm-hmm. And it might be easier to get tickets than probably ever.
Yeah, but there's no access, so you can't get signatures from.
I know. Yeah, WrestleMania is not about the event because the event's gonna be whatever. It's about that weekend, the whole thing. You gotta do it Thursday night through Tuesday morning because you gotta stick through the Monday, the Raw after. You have to. It is the process, and I still, no matter how much we dog on WWE because it deserves it, I still one day want to do the whole WrestleMania weekend deal.
Yeah, because as a wrestling fan, it's like going to Mecca.
It's a bucket list thing.
It's that pilgrimage. Yeah.
Except for maybe Nick. Nick would just go there and just burn people's cars or whatever. I don't know.
Just go there and be joyless.
Yeah. He'll go there and he'll get a signed picture by Dexter Lumis and set it on fire.
Oh man,
we're
doing that scenario.
It's my goal this next week to make sure that we get Dexter Lumis to recognize you on the Twitters.
God,
can you? Oh, we gotta get a picture of him and Dexter Lumis, like we did with the Roman Reigns.
It's on. It's on.
Which we need to post the Roman Reigns one with him.
You have it, don't you?
Those
I
are
sent
fantastic.
you a copy of that.
It's buried somewhere. Just put it out there on Twitter. I know
you guys might not know this, but me and Jamie have a lot of fun. I've got decent enough Photoshop skills that I take Nick's head and put it in pictures with all of his most loathsome wrestlers.
You know what? It is almost. We are like 1 week away from it being a year since you guys produced those. Because you did that for my birthday.
Yeah, we did.
And that's coming up next week.
Yep. When I got you the WWE birthday cake that said "fuck you" on it.
The Roman Reigns we had done before previously, but I made a special John Cena one for your birthday.
That's right. That's right.
And
they were fantastic.
We literally
like them.
we printed all these off at work, and we took packing tape and wallpapered his entire cubicle with packing tape so that it wasn't easy to get up either too. So it was all like laminated. It's literally laminated the entirety of his desk and his monitors and everything with him and John Cena, him and Roman Reigns, him and John Cena, him and Roman Reigns. It was great.
They were
It was
amazing.
fantastic.
They were amazing.
And now we'll have, and pretty soon we're going to have Dexter Lumis to add to the mix. Oh, it's happening, buddy. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I've already got my Affinity Pro opened up here, so it's going to go. All right, guys. That's final thoughts here. Nick, you had a cantankerous week. Why don't you give us your final thoughts?
I did. Love AEW with all my heart. God bless them. Keep up the great work.
That was a positive note to end on. Thank you, Nick. All right. I want to thank you, everybody, for joining. Remember, you can check us out on your favorite place wherever you get your podcast from, Spotify, Apple, wherever it may be. Check us out on YouTube. Just search for Total Spotfest Live. Get a conversation. Subscribe, like, share a comment. Also communicate with us through Twitter. That is at Total Spotfest. If you want to communicate with us individually, for example, if you want to tweet at Nick the Ninth Wonder and you should give him your favorite Dexter Lumis picture, you could definitely you can find our individual Twitters on our YouTube bio on any of the videos we have it.
Your favorite crossbody.
Yeah, yes, hashtag crossbody is still a thing, okay? So our individual Twitters are on all of our videos in the description boxes. Do not hesitate to reach out to us directly. Thank you guys for joining us. Jamie, I want to turn to you. Final thoughts.
Well, you know what I'm going to say. If you're not down with TSL, I got 3 words for you. Fuck Cameron Grimes.
I do not approve of that.
That works
send-off.
for me. I second that.
Best
All
one
right.
yet.
I disagree, but we'll get into it later. All right, thank you, guys.
See you guys.